Hey YouTube, what's in the second box? In the last video, the computer ran out and I was just saying, I think I'm going to divide this into three 10-minute videos, and then it just ran. So the last one just kind of stopped mid-sentence. I can't be bothered going in and editing it because that takes more effort. I can't be bothered with that. So check out the bodies, which were part one. This will be box two. Probably box 2 and 3 will probably go together though. Maybe just make it into 2 videos because I don't think there's that much to talk about. So again, this is boxes, and this is base necks, this box, which the advert actually didn't say anything about having any base necks, even though I saw quite a few base bodies. So number one is a base neck. This might have been from that jazz bass, possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the headstock shape is. You can't. The logo's been sanded off, so you can't see it. But they all look good as well. Yeah, so it's quite. People love the black block inlays on a maple neck. You know, you will pay a premium for that. Oh, okay. There's no fret there, but I can probably manage that. Put a fret in. You wonder why. How does a fret fall out? Maybe it does. Yep. So base neck one. I'll be able to make something out of that using one of those odd shaped ones, I think. Base neck 2, it's an Ibanez sound gear. These basses are fantastic. There's definitely not one of these bodies in the... Here's good. I saw somebody selling an expensive Ibanez the other day, and that bit was snapped off, and I was thinking, I wonder where you get one of them. There's one on this. That's just so you can get at the truss rod. You don't need a screwdriver. You see that? It's a wee hatch. Then you can get at the truss rod, and then you can go back in again. To be honest, yes, it's better than having just a wee plastic cover, but it's not going to be the, oh, I'll buy that guitar because it's got that. Because how often do you change the truss rod? And even then, you can't really get at the truss rod without undoing a couple of strings. If you're undoing a couple of strings, taking out 3 screws isn't exactly a difficult thing. But it's better. So this will be a 20. Well, it's not 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22 for it. Be interesting to see what this fits on. I just assumed because it was modern it'd be a 24 for it. But how different is it actually to like this jazz bass neck? It's a wee bit wider. I'll be able to make it fit. I'll make it fit one of the odd shaped ones because you can't really put that on a P bass or jazz bass. I don't think it would look right. But yeah, so Ibanez sound gear, made in China. Serial number was on a sticker and it's come off. Yep. So decent bass neck. I'll be able to make something out of that. This will be there's a bridge as well. Oh, the fret ends on this are bad. They're really bad actually on this Stag P bass. QC AMD. Just a Chinese P bass actually. It's got quite good strings on it. I should probably steal them and put them on my Washburn Force 4. I'm assuming they're just because it's got red bits on it. I'm assuming they're roto sounds or something like that. Yeah, so just a P bass, not a superbly in horrible headstock shape. Totally happy with that on a P bass. It's like you get ones that are ugly and hideous, and I'm not really so keen on that very much on a P or a jazz. It's alright on like one of those funny shaped basses, but not on a P or jazz. Whereas that's kind of like, you know, no copyright infringement. Maybe not very interesting. Again, there's that logo which I think it's definitely a step down from previous Stag logos with that G that's kind of fallen down. So it's up here, yeah. If you can't write Stag without having one of the letters down 3mm, what are the chances of you putting the neck on straight? But I'll be able to make this into something excellent. I'm totally sure of it. And it's actually got a bridge and strings, which is nice. So that might actually be able to just stick that back together again. The Stag had pickups in it, didn't it? It didn't have a scratch plate. I'm kind of thinking I might just do that this afternoon, actually. Do I have a scratch plate kicking about? I think I gave them all to Jen. Damn it. So if I had a scratch plate, I could have made that Stag P bass play. Because it's got, everything's there. And it had a pickup in it, so it doesn't anymore. Yep. An Encore. A Samick built in Corey. Better fret ends and that. I quite like that. So nice. That's a cool. Look at the string tree. Bit interesting. But the thing is, I'm so pleased with this. I wasn't sure, but it's like once I talked to the guy, I realised it was. I was thinking, are all these necks going to be twisted? Because what's the point in buying a box of necks if they're all twisted and they're all useless? They all look all right. I think these are probably come from, you know, maybe the body from that was smashed up, so that like this guy's dad had bought, you know, ones with bits missing, and then we've got a know which bass this is. This is that white one. It's a Star Force USA. USA because it's made in... No, it's not because it's made in America. It's just, I think USA is the model. Clever, eh? I was going to say it's really heavy. It says made in Korea. On the back, actually, there's a sticker that says made in Core. So, like that... oh, look, it's got... Look at the fret markers. It's got, like, planets. But this is a very, very, very dry looking piece of rosewood. The neck looks alright. The nuts, need a new nut for it. It's got a bullet truss rod and black hardware. It's quite cool. I mean, I think about this would be. I think this goes on that white body. Might be quite an interesting bass. Quite like it. Quite fancy actually putting that together. Again, it didn't have. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to build it. What I'm thinking of doing with these is like, before they go to Jen, I'll maybe build them into a working guitar first. It's just one of my great fears is that Jen builds a guitar and then after, or she paints it, and after, because you know they're coming in bits, and the truss rod's knackered and it's a stupid shaped neck. So I really want to make sure that these things actually work. Don't need to be completely finished and super set up, but I just want to be more comfortable in actually knowledge that these are actually all right and it's physically going to work before they get, you know, and then put them in separate bags before they get J-packed up. Right, there's only one. Oh, that's it. Okay, so that's only 6 minutes. That's not long enough for videos. This will be a two-parter. Or I might just put them both out at the same time. Seeing as the last video didn't end, I can't be bothered loading it into the editing program, adding a wee bit of me saying, "Oh, sorry, the video ended," and then, you know, rendering it and then putting it back up and putting it online just for an extra 10 seconds of that. You guys are used to me being shite at doing videos anyway. Right, so just one more box to go, and this is 16 necks and 6 straps. There's no straps in the box, so. But I was talking to the guy. Apparently, he's got a box. I'd imagine another box this size of parts. That could be fun. Yep, this is a Gear for Music acoustic neck. So maybe that's where I'll get that. I don't think there's really anything. I can't really think of any use to do with an acoustic neck. Obviously, it's just been hacked out of something that's got like that. Look at this. Might have been a bowl back guitar. To be honest, it looks absolutely brand new. I don't think it's had. I think maybe this was damaged in transit or something like that, and then the guys cut the body out and, you know, for parts. So that's kind of useless. There you go. And then we have a Les Paul neck, which is brand spanking new. It's not even been drilled out. So this will be like one of these AliExpress ones, I think. It's got that fingerboard, which the modern Jacksons have, the cheap ones. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it doesn't look that good. Obviously it's a fingerboard, it's just look, it doesn't make any difference to anything else. It needs the frets done as well. But Les Paul neck, I mean, there weren't any Les Pauls in that box. Find something, it'll fit something. There's an SG somewhere. No, Wayne gave Jen an SG. Perfect. Put that on that. Yep, brilliant. We've got a Westfield. I would be. This one's slightly not perfect. That'd be from a PRS Tech guitar, I think. In fact, it's from a SE888A/TWR. Again, just needs oiled. I think it'll probably come back to life. Be of use for something, you know, a wee partsy caster. Make some Frankenstein creations. Here we have it even says on it, a GG Giant, or a C Giant, which they're not great guitars, but it's just a Strat neck. Looks perfectly good. I can actually see from here some of those frets are popping out, but you know. Strat neck, got tuners on it. Perfect for a Bucky caster or something like that. Never really have too many of them. Oh, Telly neck. But it's had some stuff going on here to make it fit to another body. Quite a flat body. This would probably fit on that wee black Telecaster body quite nicely. You can never really have too many Telecaster necks. I'm just checking all these. Oh, they all look perfectly straight. There's another Les Paul neck. It's the same as that other one. So the one that goes on Wayne's SG. We'll go on something. We have this has got really bad fret ends as well. This might be an Ashton. That headstock reminds me of, I went to an Ashton factory. I noticed, see if you look there, there's a wee pencil line around the top, where previous owner was going to sand that to make it a little bit less pointy, but it depends what shape of guitar you've got. This has actually got locking tuners on it as well. Wee bonus there. Not that I'm a super fan of locking tuners. Alright. Does make it a little bit easier to change strings, but you change strings for every gig? Alright, cool. I don't need anything for every gig. Can't afford it. But I think I just basically what I'll do with this is because it's kind of unfinished, you can see like there's a wee bit of, you can tell there's sort of lower quality stuff when you get that kind of figuring in it. But it should be alright. It looks perfectly straight. Again, good for a J-Paxi Maxi. Caxi. What's that? I wanted to, I was looking at that and I was like, sitting there when I was showing Jen last night, I was like, that would fit in my Roadster body. It's got an interesting detail at the top there. I quite like it just because it's really strange looking. These tuners are of an era. I had a guitar, it was like an early 90s, I think this guitar is. Again, looks pretty good. It's actually got a roller nut on it as well. I would put that in a Strat. You can't fit that in a Strat. No, if you want to put it in a telly, you can't put that in a telly, I don't think. I think you need to have something a bit more pointy and extreme. We'd actually go on like a Shocking Bird. Something that shape would be pretty cool. Just running through. We've got a Cruiser by Crafter. Not super interesting Strat neck. Got the tuners on it. Got a decent type of tuners. These are a wee bit tightened up. I need to be able to see the wee washers that hold it. They always disintegrate. See between the tuner and where it goes in, there's wee plastic washers in there. I need to buy a box of them because they're so handy. Because it's so often that they snap and then people just buy a new set of tuners because this one's wobbly. It's just a wee stupid plastic washer. I need to get wee stupid plastic washers. Acoustic Solutions, made in China, MO61. These are alright. The way Acoustic Solutions Strats are fine. There's a couple of the Bucky casters of them. It's alright. Maybe not particularly interesting. Just a Strat neck. That's fine. We've got a Antares. This looks quite old. It's actually blue. You don't see very many blue necks. They all look alright though. It's got the old original tuners on it. Oh, they're quite cool. This might be quite old. Oh. This might be an old Japanese neck. Because I've only ever seen those tuners. See the buttons on the end of them? They're really thin. You know, normally the tuner buttons have got like a wee screw in there. These are really thin. That's what's on this. Is it not? Is it this guitar? This one? Aye, there. It's the same tuners that are on that one. You know, they're dead thin this way. And that's a 70s Japanese guitar. So that blue neck might very well be from a 70s Japanese guitar. It might be really good. You can kind of tell actually when you turn your tuners like this, the ones that kind of look like the crappy ones with the covers on them. But yeah, lots of guitars have those cheapy crappy tuners. But when they were from the 70s in Japan, they weren't made out of the same metal. They were that design, but they made them out of metal that was good. So therefore they don't, you know, those three guitars still have their original tuners, which are kind of like that. 40 years old, 50 years old. Totally fine. Yeah, so that's interesting. I don't know where to put that on. I suppose it depends which body it fits in. Headstock's not bad either. Yeah. I have to look up Antares. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I think this is a Japanese neck. Mahogany by the looks of things. Yeah. No, that might be like a wee gem. I didn't really notice this one last night. I pointed it out when I was running through it with Jen, but I was like, just did a video call. I was like, could you wait until you wait till later on to open it? It's like, yes. So I had to do these boxes sat in the hall. I wasn't allowed to look in them. So notice it's a Squire neck, but this it's got an LSR nut on it. And I can't remember how much I paid for the LSR nut that I got, but I got it from America. This is when the eBay used to be different. I bought parts for a Jaguar and this LSR nut, and if it was below $25, you didn't get charged any import duty on it. So I basically bought it for, I think I paid £25 from that from America delivered. And at the time, if I was to buy it from anywhere in the UK, it was 50 quid. but I just bought it from some wee guitar shop in Memphis, you know, just like a wee Mama Papa guitar shop. So the LSR Nuts kind of, unfortunately, it's kind of, if I was going to take that off and put it on a better guitar, it's you have to modify the guitar, so I'd have to like put slithers of wood in so it could go back to having a normal nut. But worth looking at. I've still got a few to go. Another Squire Strat by Fender, one with the decent tuners on it. I'm not sure how. Oh, I'm not sure when this one's from. It could be from any year. Again, they all look good. You can't have too many spare Strat necks. This one. This is an older one. Look at the nut on that. Talk about excessively chunky. This is the sort of one you have to cut the slots with an angle grinder. So I mean that nut's not staying on it, but this is quite an old one. Oh, it's all cracked. This might be nitro as well. This might be an old Japanese neck as well. It's got Wilkinson tuners on it as well. Are they gold? It's got gold Wilkinson tuners, so they'll be useful for something. Yeah, Wilkinson tuners are brilliant. Yeah. So another Strat neck. One of them. I wonder if I need to try and marry these up. Maybe that's another video in there. This one's got bad fret ends, so it's a cheapie. It does have a serial number. Fret sprout. I have worked out how to actually do that. It was like you sit there with a and it was like I can't remember which guitar it was. It was a bass I had to do. I can't remember what kind. It was a jazz bass, and they were just like, you know, it cuts you on the edges, and it's like you're sitting there filing it down. You know, it took 5 minutes to do one. I was like, no, fuck it, big massive bastard file just did the job perfectly. The only problem with doing that is you're obviously taking off the corner of the fretboard as well. But then you can say rolled fingerboard edges, which works on rosewood because it doesn't have a finish on it. You can't do that with a maple neck because you'll take off the finish and then you'll end up with a dirty bit down either side of the fretboard where there's no lacquer on it, so that it'll get dirty. So you'll end up with a maple looking fretboard, a maple looking neck with a sort of dark manky stripe down the edge. Yeah, pretty good. Oh, one more, last one. It's Marlin. I don't remember this one at all. Looks alright. Again, not much to say about that. Just put it on as a 24 fretter. See, these things are always useful. It's like trying to get things to work. I'm very. That's kind of why I want to make sure that I can build these guitars before they get assembled, so I don't end up with an amazing looking J-Pax body, an amazing looking J-Pax neck, and then this is a 24 fret neck, so I made it fit and the bridge is in the wrong place and all that stuff. So I just need to be able to make sure that I can actually make something out of them first. Yeah, so there you go. There's what was in the boxes. Oh, there's that as well, which is a routing template for. Well, I don't really know what it's a routing template for. That, I suppose, it actually fits quite well in there. But I thought you needed the routing template needed to be 5mm bigger to take the router. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. That'd be a useful thing. So yes, so there you go. Some what's in the box. Always interesting stuff. Plenty of J-Paxians when they come out of that. Not yet found I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my Ibanez Roadster yet. I haven't bought any guitars for myself. I'm currently pondering, I was down in, I can't remember whether I messaged this in a video or not. I was down seeing Wayne in Download, I think it was 2 years ago. He had a Dean acoustic bass. A black one. There's a picture, just a shot of that. Fucking amazing. I've never played an acoustic bass like this ever. It's huge. It's like the full, bigger than a Dreadnought, like big Elvis shaped thing, so it's absolutely massive, full scale. And it's actually usable, as in, I had an acoustic bass before, I think it was at Westfield. Can't remember what make it was. Like a modern one, small, you know, like kind of like the wee Bee Gees acoustic guitars, like the Yamaha APX, that kind of shape where you've got small body cutaway and all that. And it sounded great when you're playing your own, but it couldn't compete with anything. You know, as I was thinking, oh, that's great. That means when we're out camping or whatever, out in the car, I can take the bass and I can play along. Someone takes an acoustic. You can't unless they're pure. As soon as you get, specifically Chris, the keyboard player in the band I was in at the time, played his acoustic like this. That's just how he played, and there's no point. I'm sitting there like up here, bang, trying to pop and slap to make any noise. Couldn't hear it at all. He just didn't have he couldn't go tring. He just had pure battering, and there's no point. So that's why I've got this thing about whenever I'm talking about the wee amps and stuff, it's like it's got to be able to compete with someone who does that. Chris wasn't, he wasn't drunk. It's just that's the way he played the guitar. He was a keyboard player. So, but at the equivalent, it could be somebody who's drunk and just battering away, playing their whatever songs, and you need to be able to compete with that with a wee amp. So I think I might end up. It's this thing going to download. I took the wee red bass, and the wee red bass is worth £500-600 now. It's J-Pack's number 3. It's got all the best bits on it, and it's fucking amazing. Absolutely love it. Don't really want to be leaving something worth that amount of money. That's way more than I've ever spent on a guitar. I mean, okay, it didn't cost me that, but even then, would I take? No, I'll take that. But I wouldn't take any of these. Any of the guitars you see in the wall. I wouldn't take the fucking Corker. Jesus, any of that to camping? No. But just because this is the wee red bass, so that's what it's for. And it's like, so I was looking at buying another wee red bass. The problem is, if I got another wee red bass, I'd probably get Jen to paint it, and I'd probably put parts I had on it, so it'd probably end up with the same thing. But this Dean acoustic bass, I'm seriously thinking about, because that would be quite good for that, especially if I've got the cube as well. But it's got that the sort of option of having it plugged in. It's not a case of you have to plug it into the amp. So I might end up with another acoustic bass, even though I had one for years and played it 10 times. I think I made money on it. It had an amazing case, and it was like one of these things on one of the Facebook pages. Like, if anyone get an acoustic bass for sale, must be good condition. I was like, I've got one. I think I get 200 quid for it. I think I paid 180 for it like 6 years before. I was like, done. I was always a little bit weird about that guitar because it was kind of nice. It was dead shiny, and it was really, really good condition. And it's like, not really for me. I worry about denting it and devaluing it, which you're not really going to devalue most of my guitars by being a little bit rougher with it. Even something like the Corker. The Corker's got quite a lot of dings and bashes in it. Probably quite a lot of that from bringing it home from America, to be honest. I had it it was in my suitcase. I carried the Corker on the Greyhound bus from Harrisburg to New Jersey, Newark. So we're standing, sitting at the bus stop, and I've just carrying that guitar. Like, stupid. Someone could just have punched me and just ran away with it, but nobody did. All makes it part of the journey. That's why a guitar like that. Again, I just if you've never seen it, it's got so much more than okay. I mean, one off. I'm just fucking ranting. I don't care. It's absolutely stunning. It's made of the most fanciest wood. It's one piece of walnut. It's got all the expensive bits. It's completely hand built. There's only one of them, but also it's got my story about how like blah blah blah. It hung on a shop and no one had ever really looked at it. And the guy had a couple of Telecasters that sold in a week, and all that. I still don't really know where it came from. Was it Wisconsin or something? No, I can't remember what the place is. There is a Corker Guitars on Reverb, but they haven't posted anything for ages. I don't know whether the shop shut down or Bill thought the guy maybe died or something like that. But it's got that whole, there's videos of me sitting playing this in the train station in Harrisburg. Just sitting there. And even when we were carrying this, we were there, and I think we were an hour early waiting for the bus to come. So we're chapping on the door of the guy behind the counter, the ticket office. Is that then we can stuff these? We're sitting there, and the guy's like, you can see the guy like that, Pierre. Is that Pierre? Yeah, no, come on, round the side into the security door, and we stuffed them down behind the desk in the ticket office. The guy's like, Pierre, what's that? It's just like, you can't not look at these things. And I was a homeless black dude in Newark train stations. Like, Pierre, oh, nice guitars. My dad used to have one the same, and I was like, Pierre, yeah, no, he did. Your dad didn't have one of these. No, he didn't. So he said, Pierre had one of them in the 70s. No, he didn't. He maybe had an electric guitar. Didn't have a Corker. Yeah, so there goes my idea of doing 10-minute videos. Just never going to happen, was it? Rock on. During the week, that's me caught up now. I'm trying to put out, I think I've been putting out a couple of videos a day just to, it's really annoying because I don't know when, I'm not always going to be able to do videos, but I don't like, if I do 2 or 3 in a day, and then it's like, I'll put them out do it on a Monday, put it out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's like, out of sequence, because something might happen on the Tuesday, something exciting might happen that I've got to do a video of, so suddenly I've got a video of it in there, and it's like, and they end up all out of sync, so sometimes I've just video dumps. I don't know how these will go when I put them out. What's the best way of doing it? Is everyone going to be annoyed at the what's in the first box? Because then again, if you add the two videos together, there's 40 minutes again, which I really shouldn't be doing 40-minute videos because YouTube doesn't like 40-minute videos. Although there is an element of what counts as not just views, it's length of time watched does count towards the algorithm and me being pushed up. And people are still, I'm still getting every day, no, every other day, somebody saying on an obscure video from years ago, going, "Oh, I've just found your channel," which is, it's lovely. So welcome if you're new. There is no system, there is no order. It's random. And if you want videos with, like, you know, sharp, snappy, you know, scripted, where it actually gives you proper information and it's all edited and it's got, like, you know, inserts and stuff like that, I don't do them. So like and subscribe if you could, it'd be awesome. Rocket.